The world is changing faster than we ever imagined. Ice caps that stood for millennia are collapsing in a matter of years. Wildfires rage with an intensity once thought impossible. Floods consume entire cities overnight. But here's the question no one is asking. Is this just nature or something far more sinister? This isn't some distant catastrophe. It's happening right now to all of us. From the flooded streets of Miami to the wildfire-ravaged lands of California and the melting glaciers in the Arctic. The impacts are immediate and severe. Coastal regions are eroding, farmlands are drying up, and extreme weather events are becoming more frequent. And the worst part, we might have already passed the point of no return. Climate change. Two words that have sparked global debates, mass protests, and even death threats to scientists. But what if we told you that the truth about climate change is even darker than most people realize? Today we unravel the hidden forces behind our planet's greatest crisis, expose the real consequences that are already unfolding, and reveal why time is running out faster than we think. Stay with us. You don't want to miss this. The world is watching, and the stakes have never been higher. The causes, who or what is really responsible? We've all heard the usual suspects: fossil fuels, deforestation, pollution. And while they are the main drivers, let's dig deeper. Who is actually responsible? Corporations, industries, and even governments play significant roles. Their relentless pursuit of profit often comes at the expense of our planet. It's not just about individual actions. Systemic changes are crucial to address the root causes of climate change. Since the Industrial Revolution, carbon emissions have skyrocketed by over 40%. But here's what they don't tell you. Just 100 companies are responsible for more than 70% of global emissions, that's right. While individuals are told to recycle and drive electric cars, corporations continue business as usual. In fact, the top 20 companies alone have contributed to over a third of all carbon emissions since 1965. While some corporations claim to go green, their actual impact remains minimal compared to their overall emissions. Activists like Greta Thunberg have called out world leaders for ignoring the crisis. But despite promises, emissions continue to rise. Why? Because reducing pollution means cutting profits. And in a world driven by money, that's a problem too big to ignore. Activists face immense challenges, from political pushback to public apathy. The Arctic is warming 4 times faster than the rest of the planet. This isn't just bad news for polar bears, it's an irreversible tipping point. When ice melts, it exposes dark ocean water, which absorbs more heat, melting even more ice. It's a death spiral. This accelerates global warming, leading to rising sea levels and extreme weather events worldwide. And the consequences don't stop there. Climate change is fueling extreme weather. Hurricanes that devastate entire regions, wildfires that turn cities into ash, and even mass migrations as people flee from uninhabitable zones. Scientists warn that by 2050, climate refugees could reach over 1 billion. Floods are becoming more frequent and severe, displacing thousands. Droughts are leaving farmlands barren, threatening food security. Heat waves are becoming more intense, causing health crises in cities. Take Hurricane Katrina, for example, which caused over 1,800 deaths and $125 billion in damage. Or the Australian bushfires of 2019 to 2020, which burned 46 million acres and killed 34 people. And then there's the global food crisis. Crops are failing, water is disappearing. The wars of the future, they won't be over oil, they'll be over food and water. The global food crisis is not just a distant threat, it's happening now. Climate change is exacerbating droughts and floods, making it harder to grow food. If we don't act soon, millions will face hunger and starvation. The implications are dire, and the time to act is now. So is it too late? Not yet, but our window is closing. Communities are coming together, planting trees and embracing renewable energy. Education on recycling and sustainable practices is spreading hope for the future. Scientists say we must cut emissions in half by 2030 to avoid catastrophe. That means switching to renewable energy, holding corporations accountable, and reducing global emissions by 45% by 2030. Pressuring governments to act is crucial. Every action counts. Scientists project that these efforts could limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius. Now it's your turn. Share this video, spread awareness, and demand change. Take action by reducing your carbon footprint, supporting green initiatives, and advocating for policy changes. Because if we don't act now, we may not have a future to save. If you found this video eye-opening, hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest threats facing our world. Together, we can uncover the truth. Act now. Together we can make a difference. Share this video to spread awareness.